Okay, so I've been led to get on here and say this. If you'll notice in some prophets' videos, they will get on there every video and they'll tell you, take the word back to God. Make sure this word is for you. Verify, test the spirit, so on and so forth, right? Some of my videos, I say stuff like that. But for the most part, I don't. I feel like it should be something that is automatically known. But I also forget every now and then. I get new people that come across my page. Or maybe new Christians that aren't aware of certain things like this. But I want to say this. Like there's a lot of things that I want to put in this video, so just stay with me, okay? Because I'm going to address certain things. I had somebody get on here recently and comment under somebody's comment or whatever, saying that like the Lord or God, I don't remember the terminology they used, would not speak to them through their children. That's a lie. God can absolutely speak to you through anyone, anything, whether it be something worldly or not. Usually, I feel like he doesn't use worldly things to speak to us, but if you're somebody that's still off in sin, like really bad, and you haven't fully come to God, he will use whatever to speak to you, okay? So not to judge that and be like, oh no, that's a sinful thing. God wouldn't use that to speak to me. And that's why it's important to test the spirit, right? And always make sure. But this I'm talking about for people that don't understand that. They don't know how to test the spirit. They don't even know what that means, right? They're not fully, they haven't fully came to God and so on and so forth. Because there's something that I have learned through this, especially as a single mom, that my time is divided amongst a lot of different things, right? So God is not like, oh, if you don't just spend every second with me, I'm going to doom you. He's not like that at all, right, man? Like he's not like that. So as I'm spending time with my children, I'm doing things that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm cooking or cleaning or, hanging out with them or whatever. He'll use different things in those situations and those circumstances to speak to me, right? And I know it's him. And there are times, they'll do things or say things and the Lord will speak to me through that. He will absolutely use your children or whomever or whatever, right? And I've noticed there's been a lot of people lately, it seems like, trying to get on here and bring doubt, right? Trying to sow seeds of doubt. You got to remember, not everyone, and not everyone's real. I'm going to say it like this. There's a lot of different things in this world that aren't necessarily human, right? And there are so many demons, and there's people who are agents of Satan, right? There are people who literally pretend to follow the Lord, pretend like they go to the church, they do all these things, right? When deep down, they have a heart for Satan. So on the outward appearance, you're looking at them and you're like, well, they're in church, they're in this, they're in that. But at the same time, they're sowing lies into your head, things you should not believe, and the things that you should believe, they're telling you not to believe, right? So you have to be cautious about that. So now another thing, not every prophetic word is for everyone, right? If you're already married and you come across a word about getting married, it's not for you. You're already married, right? So don't start tripping and be like, oh my God, I'm about to get divorced and marry someone. No, it's not for you. It could be for somebody else or whatever, right? And there's different times where I've listened to my pastor and I've listened to different things he prayed for. And I'm like, okay, I know that's not for me, but I'll receive it for whomever it's for by faith. And different things like that. But not every prophetic word is for everyone. Now, in the past, when I was still a baby Christian and I was still learning about the Lord, right? And I was standing for different things, doing different things, I would follow other people on YouTube. And this is years ago. This is like 2017. Okay. And I would touch and agree with different things. I didn't go back and be like, Lord, is this for me? I knew what the Lord said in his word, right? About certain things. And if it lined up with that, then I was like, okay, I'm receiving this for myself by faith. I'm walking by faith. I'm receiving this. I'm touching and agreeing with it because you are the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So if he did it for them, then he'll absolutely do it for me. He'll do it for you, so on and so forth. Okay, now this next part. Everything is in God's perfect timing. You can get a prophetic word, you can receive a prophetic word, and it can absolutely be for you. You may receive a word and you're expecting this thing to happen immediately, a week from now. Okay, sorry about that. Now, you can be expecting this thing to happen quickly, right? And sometimes it will. Sometimes God will speak something to you. The Holy Spirit will speak something to you, and it will happen so fast, right? And then there are times where you have to wait, and you wait for weeks, months, years, whatever. It's in his timing. So there will be naysayers, and they'll try to come on here and they'll be like, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet. Has it happened? No. But I know the God I serve doesn't lie. He's not a man that he should lie. Okay? And there will be people who try to come in and sow seeds of doubt, or they don't understand because they haven't walked the same walk. They don't have that level of faith yet. They haven't encountered the Holy Spirit the way that you have. So they don't get it. Okay? They don't understand. Okay, now another thing. I hear a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't miss out on your blessings, or what? Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. And I don't say that to try to hurt feelings. I want to be real with you. If the Holy Spirit tells you, hey, it is very critical for you to stay close to the Lord right now, that means the enemy has some big plans and he's really trying to do some different things to you, okay? And if you are not vigilant, if you are not careful, if you are not obedient, if you are not staying in line with God and staying close to him, things can happen. Okay? Don't just feel like once you come to Christ, everything's all sunshine and rainbows and you're good and you're fully protected from literally everything, every day, everywhere. That's false. It's false. Does the Lord protect you? Yes, he does. But can things still happen? Yes, they can, especially if you have, unknown sin in your life, right? There's different things that can happen. You can miss an opportunity. You can miss a blessing, right? Or there's a chance where you're still going to receive it, but you're going to receive it at a much later time. Say God had plans for you to get married, right, to this individual, and they're doing everything they're supposed to. But you, on the other hand, are back and forth. You're swaying back and forth on the fence. The Lord has told you, prepare, get ready, do this, do that. And you're not preparing for this specific thing. Now you're doing all the other things, right? You're staying close to him. You're reading the word. You're doing this, you're doing that, but you're not preparing for this specific topic. So when the time comes for this thing to happen, it won't happen. It'll be delayed. There are demonic spirits who will try to cause delay. There are monitoring spirits who watch you. They watch your every move. They watched your ancestors. They watch the things you say. They watch the things you do. You have to be mindful. You have to pray about everything. You have to be vigilant, okay? You don't just come to Christ and then, oh, okay, that's it. No, it's work. It's work. Coming against these demons, fighting against these demons, right? Fighting for your blessings, fighting for different things. Does the Lord fight for you? Yes. Are there times where you need to be still and just shut up and be quiet and let him do what he does? Yes, absolutely. But there are also times where you go in your prayer closet and you go to war and you start coming at these things, right? He has sent you to pull down and to tear down these strongholds and uproot these different things, right? In your bloodline and whatever else it is that you're standing on. So, I really, sometimes it's annoying to me. I'm going to be honest. Some people will come on here and, they say different things, and I guess I shouldn't word it like that. It's upsetting. It's not really annoying. It's upsetting, because the Lord will give me a word and I release that word, but it's not up to me for it to happen for that person or not. You have to be doing what it is that the Lord has called you to do. And I can speak this because I have absolutely missed out on things. I have had things delayed in my life. I know these things to be true, and it hurts and it sucks. And some people have some people are targeted. They have greater attacks on their lives than others. So the ones that don't have those kind of attacks aren't going to get it. They're not going to understand. I have been targeted my whole life. My whole flipping life. You have to be obedient. You have to listen to what God tells you to do. If he tells you to fast, you fast. Don't listen to these naysayers. And there are also people that will come in and make you feel like something's not going to happen. So you're like, oh, okay, I guess it won't happen. And you give up on it. And it's a lie. It's a lie. If God said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I don't care if it takes 10 minutes or 10 years, it's going to happen. If it takes 10 years, it sucks. But he's not a man that he should lie. If he told you to prepare, then that's what you do, and quit listening to these people. I've had these people be coming to my comment sections lately, and it is just ridiculous at what the enemy is trying to do. So I felt the need to get on here and to say this. So here it is. I'm almost at 10 minutes. I'm sorry this video is so long, but stay encouraged, okay? Bind the spirit of doubt and everything else, right? If you need help with things to pray about, message me. Shalom.